Hello, everybody. We are glad to have you here on a Wednesday morning. And listen, we were talking in the newsroom the other day. We had a lot of questions about what's going on with the booster, what's going on with the Delta variant, and we knew we didn't have the answers. But we know somebody who potentially does. He is Dr. James. He's a board-certified family medicine physician, CEO and founder of Diamond Health. Good to see you, Dr. James.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Before we get into this idea of a booster, which appears to be on track from the Biden administration to be approved sometime this week and the finer points of that, can we speak to Governor Abbott's health? He's tested positive for COVID, having been vaccinated. We're told no symptoms. He's asymptomatic. He is, however, getting Regeneron. Is that a pretty aggressive treatment for somebody who's asymptomatic, or standard protocol for somebody in his position, as we saw with President Trump, because this is not available to the average patient?
Yeah, so it's a great question, Ron. Regeneron is monoclonal antibodies. So it's a treatment for what we call post-prophylaxis. So after you've been exposed to COVID-19, if you meet certain criteria, you can be eligible for the monoclonal antibodies known as Regeneron to help fight the COVID virus. Now, the FDA has only approved Regeneron for individuals that are not fully vaccinated or who we think might not mount a full immune response. And I believe Governor Abbott is fully vaccinated.
Yes, he is.
So does that say to you that this is worse than what they're telling us, or are they erring on the side of caution? And is that often the best way to treat somebody if it's not approved for that?
Yeah, so unfortunately, because it's not approved for fully vaccinated individuals, I can't comment on what exactly they're doing. If they're saying he's asymptomatic and he's fully vaccinated, then in my medical opinion, he doesn't need Regeneron.
Interesting. So we talked about the booster shots. I know the Biden administration is going to be offering these to Americans starting September 20th for Pfizer or Moderna. I keep hearing about Pfizer and Moderna. What about people who got Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, right now, the CDC has only approved the booster shot for Pfizer and Moderna for America's most vulnerable populations, so those that are immunocompromised, meaning that they either don't have an immune system or they cannot mount an immune response, so their own body cannot fight the virus. So that's right, only those individuals that meet that criteria are approved for the booster right now.
And as things seem to be taking shape, the approval for the booster you'd be eligible 8 months after you got your last of 2 shots. So in my case, I got my shot in March. I wouldn't be eligible until November. I do, however, know people who have, by their own device, gone into a CVS or a pharmacy, and they've said, I need to get immunized, and they get a 3rd shot, sort of going around the system a little bit, and they get that booster on their own. What would you say to them if they're falling short of that 8-month mark and they're getting that booster without any other medical guidance?
Yeah, we don't have any information or data on the effects of getting a booster too soon. So really encourage the viewers to wait the full 8 months and make sure you fit into the category that's approved for that you are immunocompromised, you have immune system issues. You can have your antibody levels tested. So at Diamond Health, we do antibody titers for the COVID virus. So you can easily get your antibodies checked if you've been vaccinated and see if you can still mount an effective immune response against the virus. That's what I recommend. If your antibody titer is high, you don't need a booster, and you can feel comfortable following the CDC guidelines for vaccinated individuals.
That's great to know. Really quickly, is the booster the same as just going in and getting another shot, or is it a different formulation?
Right now it is the same dose as the first and second shot. But again, we are literally learning as we go, Jenny. So we're waiting on pins and needles for CDC recommendations and guidelines from the FDA. And as soon as they come out, we'll be sure to circulate them to the general population.
All right, we have to go, Dr. James. One quick question. I'm really curious about this antibody test that you can give. Have you had people come in who've had a lower antibody count after getting the vaccine, and you've wondered why, or you've thought they need to get a booster?
Right now, all of the fully vaccinated people that we've tested have shown a great immune response and have generated antibodies. The people that haven't been vaccinated are the ones that we're showing. People that have been infected with COVID but haven't been vaccinated are the ones that have not shown the best immune response. So even if you have gotten COVID in the past, please get vaccinated. It's really important.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. James. That's fascinating. We need to get more info on that. So here's his information, diamondphysicians.com, and then you can see their Facebook, their Instagram, etc. And he posts lots of little helpful tidbits on his Instagram as well.
Yeah, and it's great to have his insight here this morning. We really appreciate it.